Blink. Time for Qigong. Let's see, let's check on the date. It's Wednesday, it's June, it's the 24th. This could be the right stream. I am Jordan, this is Qigong. We're gonna do it. Gonna get our Qi on. Do some warm-ups. Feedback I've gotten is that the warm-ups are actually a favorite, so get as many of them in as I can to also be able to fit in some of the instruction. But starting out with waist rotations, keeping Bai Hui at the top of the head, still open to the sky, keeping the feet connected to the ground, toes spread, experiencing the transfer of weight as we make circles around the waist. Then massaging up and down on the back, kidney points, shoe kidney points, left and right. And feet back together and rotate other direction. Forward, side, back, side, forward. Seeing if the distance and time in each direction can be equal with the others. And then palm over palm into the chest massage. And switch which hand is on top. Lagong over Lagong into middle dantian, massaging the other direction. We'll do hip rotations, so fingers or palms on Huan Tiao, and same idea, forward, side, back, side, exploring the distance and time in each one of those directions and all the directions in between them. If you're actually facing north and northeast, all the in-betweens. Then massaging Huan Tiao. And then massaging lower back. And then we'll do the hip rotations in the other direction, feet parallel, tongue touching lightly even through the warm-ups. The warm-ups are just as much the Qigong as the form is. It's all energy practice. Then we'll bring palm over palm, Lagong over Lagong into lower dantian, massaging. And it doesn't matter exactly how many times you massage, but ideally massaging the same in both directions. Switching which hand is on top, massaging that direction. Then feet back together, and we'll do knee rotations, so hands resting lightly on the knees. And for the first round of these, keeping the heels on the floor so that the main movement is, yes, making a circle with the knees, but also letting your butt drop back to balance out that weight. And then massage the knees and other direction. Eyes on the floor out in front of you. A little bit of squat action. Then massaging the knees the other direction. And then we'll do another set of those knee rotations, going a little bit lower this time so the backs of the heels can come up off the floor. And letting the weight distribution happen more around the balls of the feet, but more specifically around that bubbling spring point. So not coming up so far off the heels that you're on your tiptoes. The front of the foot is still on the floor. Then massaging down the legs. And then deeper knee rotations in the other direction. Then massaging up the insides of the legs. Then the feet come back together and we'll do some arm rotations coming into upper dantian, down through the chest, middle dantian, down through stomach, lower dantian, pelvis, back out and into ourselves again. So completing the circle inside of ourselves and eyes watching it as it extends out from us. Mind's eye watching it as it comes in and through us. And the weight isn't shifting as much as the previous movements, but there's still an awareness of the weight and the feet connecting with the ground through these. Then extending up through the front of the body. Relaxing up again. Relaxing, one more. And then to the right. Opening up the left side of the body through the hands, wrists, arms, armpit, through the ribs, hip, down the leg, opening up the ankle. Foot pushing down into the floor as much as we're pushing up with the hand and looking up with the eyes. Relaxing, up again. Relaxing, one more. Letting the breath come naturally. Coming back to center and then over to the left side, opening up the right side of the body. Feeling that same extension all the way from the wrists down the side of the body into the floor, foot pushing down into the floor, and then that extension coming back up from the ankles all the way back up to the arms and hands extended, coming back to center, and then up to the left. Yay! Janine is here. Thanks for the note. And then one more to the left. And since we're appreciating the warm-ups today, doing the arm rotations again, this time bent from the hua. So folding and arm rotations down the front of the body, through the legs, into the floor, back up to upper dantian. Eyes watching the hands in front of us, mind's eye following the circle through upper, middle, lower dantian with each rotation. Pushing down in front, pushing down towards the left little toe, pushing down towards the right little toe, and then grasping elbows, and you can just hang loose, you can make little circles with the elbows. The idea is looking for extension through the back of the legs rather than bending your back, but if you just want to relax and say whatever on it, you can just let go, hang out in the wind. And ankles, and then massaging down the sides of the legs, and then slapping or patting down the legs. And then before we do chin to toe, can do a round of the kicks, first doing heels and then doing toes, so 10 of each. Kicking out across the body, bringing the foot gently to the floor. Down the bottom back of the leg, through the heel. And then switching to toes, down the front of the leg, top of the leg, out through the extended toe. It's kind of fun to do these both before and after chin to toe to see if it changes anything in the feeling of it. So chin to toe, taking the weight, letting it sink into the left side, right leg out at an angle, lining the torso to that extended leg. You're going to swing the elbows and folding. Elbows go down the front of the leg, up the toes, back towards yourself. The chin is aligned to the toe, leaving the eyes gazing at the floor. And then reaching out with 10 fingers, 5 on each hand. And massaging the leg. Getting both the knee, ankle, and hip, and then patting down the leg. Bringing the weight forward onto the extended leg and rising up, protecting the back, locking it off. And then we'll let the weight sink into the right leg, left leg out at an angle, lining the torso, grasping elbows and down the front of the leg, up the toes, back towards ourselves. Eyes on the floor. And extending 10 fingers, 5 on each hand. And massaging. And patting. Bringing the weight forward, stepping up, locking it off. And back to weight in the left, extending the right. This time, 6 fingers and 3 on each hand. And chin to toe, toe connecting back up to the chin, eyes into the floor, fingers into the floor. And play with how bent the left leg is as it supports your weight. Can play with the weight between the extended foot and the bent leg. 2 fingers, 1 on each hand. and grasping toe. And massage. And then patting down the leg. Being sure to get all the way from the hip, knee, ankle. Weight coming forward and bring yourself up, protecting the back. And round 2 on the extended left side. Left leg out, 6 fingers, 3 on each hand, and chin to toe, folding over, eyes floor, fingers floor. Two fingers, 1 on each hand. Grasping toe. And massage. And pat. And shifting the weight forward, protecting the back on the way up. Okay. And then we'll get another round of kicks in. So protecting the back so we have stability as we do this. And kick in at the heel first. Just do another round of 10 of each. Bring your foot gently back down to the floor. And kicking with the toes down the top of the leg. Okay, and then back to upper body. We'll do right hand over the left shoulder for a pretzel maneuver. Left hand hooks in front of the face and looks to the right. And each lao gong is pointed at an ear. Feeling extension through the back. Release. And then left hand, right shoulder, right hand in front of the face, look to the left. Relaxing. And one more time. Right hand over left shoulder, left hand in front of the face, look to the right. Relaxing. Left hand over right shoulder, right hand in front of the face, looking to the left. Relaxing and slapping or patting the corner of the shoulder and under the arm. Then we'll do arm rotations. So bring the right leg back, having it be straight. Left leg is forward and bent. The hand and thumb are resting on the left leg, and the right arm and hand are loose. The torso is forward, aligned with the left leg that's bent, and then just bring the arm up and back, and completing the circle. Doing that 10 times before we switch the direction. And then After 10 more of those, we pivot on the left heel, pivot on the right heel, and I'll turn this way. And then the right hand is on the right bent leg, left shoulder is relaxed. Bring it up, back. Gravity brings it down, momentum brings it back forward. And up. And then switching directions, down and front, up and back. And then patting or slapping, connecting with the top of the shoulder in between the corner and the neck and along the back. And again, pivoting right heel, pivoting left heel, and continuing that same motion. And then coming back to center and walking the feet towards each other. And then we'll do some massage. So first we'll massage the shu kidney points in circles. These are the same points that we massaged earlier in the form when we were doing the waist rotations. We massage these points, but it's also good to massage them in circles, those shu points, and then massaging da bao, which is on the midline of the body. And then lymph nodes, the lower extremities. And then massaging the chest. And unlike when we do our hip rotations, this massaging of the chest comes up through the collarbone and is off center compared to when we're doing it logong over logong. Other side. And then the back massage. You can use your free arm to get a little extra leverage and reach. Then we'll do the tips of the fingers up past the shoulders. And this is relevant to the grasping chi that we'll look at today. And now palms up and brush from the shoulders down. Other side, tips of the fingers up past the shoulder. Turning the arm over and brushing down. Past the palm, making sure to get the thumb in. And giving the hand some shake. We'll be fluttering soon enough. And then connecting each of the fingertips past the webbing of the fingers that are being brushed, past the wrist. And then switching which hand is doing the brushing, and same thing of connecting fingertip to fingertip all the way through. Past the webbing, past the wrist. And then massaging logong, ever so important. It's bringing the middle finger in, usually along that crease where the middle finger hits, looking for space in there, massaging, warming it up, and then bringing that warmth to the entire palm, and then bringing it out to the ends of the fingers, long. Large intestine, pericardium, triple warmer, and then there's two on the pinky. The what is it? Small intestine. There's another one. Can't remember. There's a lot of meridians. Other side, finding Laogong, finding the empty open space in there, massaging. And then coming out to the ends of the fingers, long. Oh yeah, the small intestine and heart are on the pinky. Then warming the hands up if they weren't already warm from all that, and massaging the neck and shoulder. And other side. Then we'll massage the front of the neck, going from the collarbone past the chin. And this is another one that is mirrored a little bit in the movements that we're looking at today with the massaging the ball. Taking a movement and distributing it right to left and left to right. And massaging the temple. Massaging corners of the eyes. Corners of the nose. And lips. And then the ears. And drums of heaven, putting the palms over the ears and just drumming with the fingertips. And brushing up the cheeks past the ears with the V. Then we'll do wash face, comb hair, so feet together and hands up over the head, around the back, dragging any stale, stagnant chi out, any sick chi, and getting rid of it. Don't need that. Don't need it in the way. Because next, we're going to be collecting chi and gathering it around ourselves, all that good chi. Astronaut helmet chi. And then we can do one leg stand. And for this, focus is on the connection to the floor, not to how high you get your leg. So just letting your weight sink into left and playing with the heel toe. And you can just play with the ankle. If you feel like it, can lift the leg. But again, focusing on the foot that's connected to the floor, the toes spread, the weight distribution there, and letting the leg out, back down, and letting the transfer of weight be even and gradual from one foot to the other until the right leg is supporting us. Playing with the ankle, toe, heel, can lift the leg. And even though I encourage students not to focus on how high you're going or how far you're doing any of this stuff, and really focus on the balance and the connection to the floor. If you find yourself losing that balance and the connection, that's also part of balance. Getting out of balance allows you to get back into balance. And in the second set, there's actually some drunken steps where you intentionally lose your balance and bring yourself back to the center. So if you lose it, don't beat yourself up. That's part of balance. Whoa! I'm not saying that just because my balance is off today. I'm saying it because it's true. And then extension through the inside of the legs. Extending right arm out with the right leg, left hand forming, collar supporting. And then switching sides, extending the left leg, extending the left arm, eyes out, down the left extended arm, right arm forwards with claw or supports yourself. Back to center, walk the feet in and massage up the inside of the legs. And then do a little bit of walking meditation before we look at specific movements for the day. So last week what we covered over was 39 through 42, which is fly over water. 39, 40 is drinking the water. 41 we look at the sky, and 42 we restore chi. And then I'll go over those and demonstrate them. I won't go into detail on them, but just so that we can remember what they are and what leads into this next set of movements, which is it's a large set of movements, but there's a lot of duplication in the back and forth with them. So it's grasp chi, 43. 44 is grasp chi with the palms up, very similar. And then holding the ball and massaging the ball to the right, and then turning the ball over and massaging it back to the left. So there's also kind of a duplication in the massaging of the ball there. So flying over water, we're actually facing this direction, and we're number 39 at this point. The hands are facing each other, and we flutter up, and to fly over the water, we bring the hands up on the left, up on the right, up on the left. And then we transition into drinking water. Weight is on the right as our left foot comes forward, and we drink to our mouth, down the sides of the body, da bao, 2, and then on the third one, fluttering up so that the feet are parallel with each other, and we're looking at the sky. Our eyes are following the hands up as they come around, and then land on lower dantian to restore chi. And for this, the landing is the lower hand. The right hand has the fingers together below the navel with the pointer finger touching the navel. Left hand, the fingers are open and spread with the middle finger touching the top of the navel. And we shake and rest. And the idea is between each shake, we spend as much time resting and settling and absorbing as we do shaking things up. So giving another shake, rest, absorb, relax, finding balance, connection with the floor, connection with ourselves, and shake. Resting again, and then into the new movement. So grasping chi. For this, the hulu turns towards the body and comes up the stomach meridian until the thumb is underneath the collarbone. And it's actually touching the body as it drags up, and then the fingers come out and lead the way, the hand following along, forearm following along. And once it's all the way out, our eyes are watching as we grasp the chi, making a loose fist, bringing it in and back up. And then on the left side, bringing the hand up, stomach meridian, below the collarbone, thumbs touching, reaches out, eyes connect, grasp, bringing it in and up. And this happens a total of 10 times. And with that much repetition, you might think, oh, that's easy. But it's actually a challenge to maintain concentration through 10 repetitions of something without letting your mind slip into, oh, what's the next movement? Or, oh, what's the next thing after Qigong? 8, 9, 10. And then the elbow drops and the inside of the hand comes down the stomach meridian to waist high, the thigh meridian, the waist meridian, and opens the hand, comes up, grasping chi palm up, making the same loose fist, bringing it in under the collarbone. Same thing with the left hand. Another 10 of these. And the loose fist between palm up and the original palm down is very similar. Just as we have the palm up, we're bringing the inside of the hand, the pinky side of the hand, into ourselves. 8, 9, 10. Which is different than the first one where we're doing the pointer finger side. And then from there, we hold the ball. So for this, the hands just unfurl the fingers and spiral up past the face, looking up into the sky, and the hands come down, sides, and we fold over and we bring the ball that we've gathered, that big sphere, over to the left side, and the right hand comes up over the left hand, and then we massage the ball from the left to the right. And this movement, along with a lot of other movements, reminds me of contact juggling, or miming. I feel the ball. Does anybody else feel the ball? And after massaging both directions, we just come in and absorb. And that's it for today, as far as the movements go. So there's a lot in there. There's a lot going on in those particular movements. I want to talk about the loose fist, which is what we do both as we do the palm up and the palm down grasping of chi. The fist, you can actually see through it. It's loose. It's kind of the same energy as when you're making the claw and bring chi, manipulable chi. I don't know what the word is. Palpable. Just the sensation of squeezing air out, but leaving some space still for that air to exist. So as the hand comes out, it's straight out. So it's not like this. It's not like that. It's just straight out. And as it reaches the peripheral of vision, the vision comes to the hand, and then for the grasping, it's that loose fist, and then it comes into both the thigh meridian and back up under the clavicle, and then the same thing happens on the left side. And you'll notice again that the thumb side is what's coming in and touching and dragging up the body, and we can call that 10. And then for grasping chi palms up, same idea. The hand comes into the vision, loose grasp, and then this time the pinky side comes into the body. But again, straight out, call that 10. Uncurling the fingers, and then spiraling up. And as we get to the top here, it's not so different from when we open to the sky like this and we feel the big ball of chi at the very start of the form, and there's the openness and roundness of the sky. A similar thing happens here as we open up to the sky. But instead of catching it all with our arms like this, we're drawing a sphere around it. We're embracing it, cradling it, and as we come down, again folding from the bottom, that cradling comes to either side of the foot, and then as we come over to the left side, bring the right hand on top of the left, and massaging the ball it's very complicated, but the idea is that you're massaging in towards lower dantian the entire time. Your eyes are on the massaging of the ball as you move from the left to the right, and it's 10 massages to get from the left to the right, and then turning the ball over and massaging the other direction again. Eyes on the massaging in towards lower dantian, and then back to center twice, standing up and absorbing, and do a little close there. It's a powerful move. The massaging of the ball is a lifelong practice. It's something where it'll continue to develop, and the feeling for it will change over time. One of the things that I was taught by Bob as we were learning it was that you can put your hand on a table, and that's the kind of motion that's happening. It's as if you were washing the table off or dusting the table off. So there's this out in, and the motion isn't coming just from the wrist. It's really the whole arm is moving, and it's even engaging the shoulder as that happens. And then on the bottom, well, same thing, except you're dusting the bottom of a table, which is not as useful. But the metaphor still stands. And then both of those things are happening at the same time, and the palms are connected to each other. And that's where the ball is, because we did this big sphere, got it from the sky, brought it over to the left, and consolidated it. And then as we're massaging it, the palms remain connected through that ball. And each time we massage it, it's focusing in towards lower dantian. And then once we get over to the right side after 10 massages, then we flip the ball over, and that's the kind of contact juggling feeling of, okay, we still have this ball, turned it over. Now the left hand is on top, and we massage back 8 times. Then we massage twice to the center, no flipping there. And close. Let's see. Another detail on that, as you're doing the massaging from the left to the right and back again, the bend of the knees is pretty much up to you. Some people like it where the legs stay pretty much straight the whole time. Your knees are locked because you never really want your knees locked, but the legs are pretty much 50-50 weight the entire time, keeping this as a very balanced move. And the weight's evenly through the legs throughout the whole time. Other people, as they get over to the left, maybe or over to the right, the left knee bends. Some people will bend the left knee as they get, or the right knee as they get to the right. It's something to just feel out and play with, and recognize that you might be bending your knees, you might not be bending your knees, and it's just another modification, adaptation that you can play with. Another adaptation is not folding over that far and still just letting there be a slight fold and letting the fingers still grasp that sphere, kind of palming it, fingers towards the outside edges of the feet, and then coming over to the left and still having the palm to palm ball connection, even though pretty much upright, and massaging in. And just like the waist and hip rotations, can play with how big that massage is, how pronounced it is, and what it does for you. You do it real big or real small and subtle and floaty. So a lot of parameters to play with. I think I'll leave it at that. That's already a lot of information to absorb. So we'll review those movements next week. I'll do them again tomorrow morning and Saturday at Sue Bierman in the park because now it's allowed. And in addition to it being allowed, it felt safe when we did it. And that was the most important thing. So um, if you are in San Francisco and you feel safe getting to Sue Bierman Park by the Ferry Building, you're welcome to join us in real life and um, wear a mask and travel light so there's no pile of stuff getting all the germs mixed up or viruses or whatever we got to worry about. We got to worry about all, but yeah, especially the viruses. Yeah, I think that's it. Now we can do the form. Uh, Transitioning into the form, it's nice to do a bow. Just thanking each other for coming together to practice. And a bow, thanking our teachers, Huilu Wenwu, Yingmi Jun before her, the holders of the form, and another bow to the world that makes space for it to happen. And then we find our space. If you don't have a lot of space, that's okay. You can cheat on the steps or turn yourself around or whatever you need to do to get the feeling of the form in. Modify, modify, modify. Beginning with just finding balance, the starting stance, Baihui open to the sky, feet planted in the floor, toes spread, sinking, tongue touching lightly, soft gaze, breath comes naturally, and begin. Folding, hands down the legs, rising up to the sky, embracing, back into lower dantian, chest, fingers lead the way out, turning the hands and arms over, and setting the wings. One more time. Expel. And now up to Baihui, opening the elbows, interlacing the fingers, looking up, folding over, hands up to knee high and then down on the left, up to knee high, down on the right. While still down, the hands come apart, and we rock forward, rock back, clavo, collarbone, macrocosmic orbit. Clapping. Right hand comes out, forms a cloud, lands above the collarbone. Left hand does its macrocosmic orbit. And we flap. Bring the foot down. Coming up. Stirring between middle and lower dantian. Wave hands like clouds. Right hand comes around. I forgot to do the spiral. And wait a minute, in case anybody is spiraling and needs to catch up to us. And then reaching, dragging the moon through the water, outer moon, pivot, left heel, pivot, right heel. Look at moon. Pushing down. On the right. Fluttering up. Looking far over the water. And then we fly over water. Left. And then drinking water. Two. On the third time, fluttering past the foot, feet parallel, and landing on lower dantian restore chi. Absorbing. Right hand comes up below the collarbone, grasping chi. Eight, 9, 10. Right hand comes down, grasping chi, palm up. Eight, 9, 10. Unfurling the fingers, spiraling up, grasping the ball, and then massaging the ball from the left to the right. Turning the ball over and massaging back. Massaging to center. Coming up, absorbing. And then another big ball of chi for standing meditation. Okay, rising up. Palms to upper dantian, past the face, neck, middle dantian, chest, lower dantian, all the way down before coming around to back, Legong to Huan Tiao, Hugu to Huan Tiao, up in front, above the heels, and expel. Fingers up, fingers forward, form claw, bring it to shoot kidney points, loosen the claw and shake, and make space for 7 steps if you need it. And rest. Shake. And rest. Shake. rest. Then time for the 7 steps. First on the left. Five. 6. On the 7th one, left hand comes down, right hand comes out to meet it. Start fluttering. Pivot on left heel, pivot on right heel, fluttering up. And next set of 7 steps. Five, 6, 7. Fluttering down to lower dantian. Pivot left heel, pivot right heel, flutter up. And searching for food. Five, 6, 7. Palms over knees to lower dantian. Pivot left heel, pivot right heel, and build a nest. First on the left. Forward. Right. Right again. Forward. Left. And forward. And the last step, hands come all the way down. Pivot on left heel. Bring the right foot up parallel to the other. And begin fluttering to upper dantian. Up off the heels and flutter past the face, past the neck. The chest, stop fluttering. Fingers come together. All the way down to lower dantian, landing. And sleep. Okay, down on the heels, coming back up, and final close. As the hands come down, fingers to the floor and around to the sides. Finding that starting position again. Letting the shoulders relax. Tongue touching lightly. Eyes soft. Swing and balance. Before bringing the legs together. And walking meditation. Which is one of the ways to work Qigong into everyday life, is just let it be your walk. All right, that was a great practice. at least on this end of the screen. Appreciate you joining. So do another bow of thanks to each other, teachers, the world, and we'll leave it at that. We're right up to the 45-minute mark, a little bit over 46, but that's okay. We got all the warm-ups in and some details and the form, so good session. Thanks. Have a good time. Have a good day. Have a good week. Bye.